Hallo, hallo? Gut, man hört mich. Sehr schön. So, Türchen Nummer 23. Das vorletzte Spiel. King's Quest. Wie ich sehe, wir haben schon mal 2 Kenner hier drin. Ich hoffe, wir können von vorne anfangen, weil ich hatte nämlich damals die Demo gespielt und der hat sich den Progress gespeichert. So, wie geht's euch denn? Habt ihr schon vorweihnachtliche Stimmung? Wir hatten hier gerade kleines Festmahl. Gab ein paar Muscheln und ein paar Scampis dazu. In einer Weißwein-Knoblauchsoße. Mit Brot und Salat. Ich bin glücklich. Und deshalb bin ich auch ein bisschen zu spät gekommen. Nee, meine Frau hat mich bekocht. Ja, doch, bin ich echt. Webby, du isst Gyoza und Algensalat, dazu ein Stream. Der Stream ist meistens nicht so gut bekömmlich dazu, aber Gyoza ist. Habt ihr das selbst gemacht, Gyoza? Sehr japanisch. Japanische Maultaschen, wenn du so willst. Also Gyoza. Und lecker, auf jeden Fall, ja. Sehr, sehr lecker. Dazu kommt ein bisschen Sojasauce mit Essig vermischt. Und da tunkt man das dann einmal rein und dann... Webby, ich bin sicher, du hast das mit dem Dip vergessen, oder? Sojasauce und Essig? Oder war das dabei? Ah, sehr gut. Ja, dann hast du ja das volle Gyoza-Erlebnis. Ja, ich glaube, das schmeckt auch. Also, ich glaube... So. Ihr seid die 2 einzigen heute. Also ihr dürft mich gerne unterstützen, falls ich nicht weiterkomme. Das ist von Anfang an, oder? So fängt das Spiel an, ist das richtig? Hui. Einmal kurz in die Settings nochmal reingucken. Audio, Video. Subtitles on. Sehr gut. Kein Intro, keine Cutscene, gar nichts. Ist es richtig so?
I had not been back there in years, but it was the last place left to look. Those lost wishes weren't the treasure I was after. It was not exactly as I remembered it, but it wasn't all that different either.
Okay. Schöne Höhle. Jump.
Two odd contraptions guarded the lost treasure. I would have to turn one and see what happened. And that's what would have happened if I turned the left switch. But since I am here telling this story, you all...
Super. Kennt ihr noch The Prince of Persia, Sands of Time? Da erzählt er auch seine Geschichte. Ich habe es damals auf Deutsch gespielt. Und wenn er dann irgendwo runtergefallen ist oder so. Nein, nein, natürlich bin ich über die Brücke gekommen. Fand ich auch super.
Pockets, barrels, butter churns, and beds were jammed into every nook and cranny of that cave. It all seems so familiar.
Warum liegen hier eigentlich
Even though
überall
the bed
Betten
was
rum?
very comfortable, this was no time to hide under the covers.
Wait. Hold on, Grandma.
and tampered with it, creating some silly conundrum.
What did you use to fix the broken switch?
Davon scheint er nicht aufzuwachen.
The dragon's chains were coiled around a gigantic switch mounted to the cave wall. This cave seemed to be filled with failed adventures. After he briefly basked in the sun, the narcoleptic dragon went back to snoring.
I probably sleep all day too, if Amira was my only friend.
Die Leiche da drauf. Die ist ja super. Wer kommt auf solche Ideen? Ist ja super. Ich könnte eine Stunde zugucken, glaube ich. Oh oh.
Wait a minute. Does this mean our family's immortal?
Whoever designed this trap thought they were pretty clever, but I would probably find a way to hit that unreachable switch. the mirror called out to me. A ridiculous feeding contraption was cobbled together to keep the beast and probably its owner alive.
Oh, oben. Mist. Quicktime-Event übersehen.
With the magic mirror safely in my possession, I dreamt of the Daventry I would be rewarded with, and the kingdom it could become. In that split second, I had three choices in front of me. Any would clear my path to safety, and all would have rippling consequences.
Ja, armer Drache, stimmt.
My hands were shaking and my arms could barely grip the rope, but with the last of my strength, I climbed out of the well and headed back to the castle. Ever since the magic mirror returned, its reflections have warned the kingdom of danger, kept our family safe, and it has exposed many troublesome crumbs tangled in my beard.
Yeah. King Edward was so proud that you returned his lost treasure that he made you king. Everyone knows that part. Now, can we get back to that dragon?
Gwendolyn, there is so much more to my stories than dragons. I hope this old cap will be remembered for far more than the action tattered across its brim, sewn into the seams of many hidden adventures. All right, let's get back to the dragon.
Tell me everything. Where can I learn to shoot like that?
A good mentor and practice. This wasn't the first time I went eye to eye with that hideous beast. And while that shot was certainly in self-defense, that arrow was a bit vengeful, I'm afraid. But let's continue that story in the daytime. It's about to get a tad more scary.
Dragons don't scare me, even those with all their eyes. If I ever come across that dragon, I'll finish him off for you. And I'll be known throughout Daventry as Gwendolyn the Brave.
That's quite a bold plan. One that requires a steadfast gut and a deft hand.
All right, you two. Grandpa needs to rest. Gwendolyn, it's way past your bedtime.
Das ist nicht Gandalf, das ist der Nikolaus.
Sleep well, Grandpa. I'll be back first thing in the morning.
Oder vielleicht passender der
I
Weihnachtsmann.
don't need rest.
Hallo Molle.
I'm as spry as I've ever been, though I wouldn't mind a slice of magic fruit.
Well, hello, cousin. I'm glad you're finally here. He's been asking about you for days. I had to sit through the same story 5 times.
Got here as fast as we could. And I like Grandpa's stories, especially the ones with dragons.
Ah, yes. The legendary beast he went eye to eye with. I don't know if he forgets I've heard that story before, or if he doesn't care, but he loves telling it to anyone that will listen. I'm pretty sure I heard the nursemaids telling his same jokes in the hall.
Have you heard anything the doctors are saying?
Yes, doctors, wizards, magic elves. Grandfather is fine, Gwendolyn. They all say the same thing. He's just old. He still has a few good years left. Look, we're all excited that your family made the trip, but there's no need to worry. You should get some rest. I'm sure you're scheduled for a full morning of Grandfather's hilarious ramblings.
Oh, I'm also scheduled for the tournament tomorrow.
Ah, yes, the fencing tournament. You'll love it. I'm, of course, favored to win, and will make sure you have the very best seat to view my victory. The courtyard will be filled with important people and delicious hors d'oeuvres.
Oh, I'm actually competing in the tournament.
I had no idea we were hosting a junior tournament. That's incredible. In that case, I will gladly be there to cheer you on and eat delectable appetizers.
Nope, no junior tournament. I'll be squaring off against you.
I see. Well, perhaps this is the time to stop listening to stories and finally make some of your own. Good night, Gwendolyn. Sleep well.
Oha, ist alles in Ordnung mit Tom? Grad Fieber.
Come in, Gwendolyn. You can set those on the nightstand.
Grandma said to take 3 spoonfuls of each.
I'll get to those. No need to fuss over me. Now, let's talk about far more important issues. Like that fencing tournament. I hear you're competing.
Well, I signed up, but I'm not so sure anymore.
Nonsense. If it's Gart you're worried about, he's no bother. After all, I only learned that you entered after he complained about it all morning. Threatened, I'm guessing. There are many ways to win a duel. I, for one, have always been fond of...
So, was nehmen wir? Quadrat, Kreis oder X?
Treating my opponents with respect. You'll be surprised what opens up to you. A lovely fellow once told me the fastest way to anyone's heart is through their stomach. Speaking of, that reminds me of a story. One I know you haven't heard before. When I was a much younger lad, before I was a knight, before I'd been to Daventry, and even before I had seen a dragon. It's a tale about a tournament that changed my life. It is a long story, but I shall tell it briefly.
Und war das was du gewählt hast?
Well, Triumph, this looks as good a place as any to camp for the night. Let's rest up. We have a big day tomorrow.
Das gleiche ist in Molle auch mal passiert beim Snowboarden. Nur in Zeitlupe.
After gracefully rappelling down the cliff, I welcomed the sight of an actual road, the first sign of civilization.
Ach so, ich war ein bisschen bei dem Drachen war ich ein bisschen von dem, was er gesagt hat, er hat halt gesagt, er hat 3 Möglichkeiten gehabt und nur eine würde zum Sieg führen, die anderen zum Untergang. Deshalb habe ich das Auge genommen, weil das war das sicherste für mich.
Daventry was just a few miles to the east. I'd read all about its wonders in my travel books. I couldn't wait to check out its famous, fantastical floating island.
Grandpa, you can't leave Triumph.
Don't worry, Triumph can fend for himself. We've been through our share of sticky situations, but he always comes around when I need him most. I could have sworn the Parade of Hopeful Knights was scheduled for the next day. I should have been with them, marching with Triumph. It seemed my first few minutes in Daventry were off to a terrible start.
So, how did you catch up with them?
That odd horn seemed to be missing some sort of mouthpiece.
Seems like a waste of money.
After all that graceful rappelling, I was certainly not headed back that way. Strange tracks blazed a trail through the forest.
Was sind das für Hasen hier? Ah. Also für euch dann eher was Nostalgisches. Oh, die knutschen hier. Knutschende Häschen. ist das in den Bäumen hier?
That wheel seemed freshly broken. That wheel seemed freshly broken.
Toller Frosch.
Stand back, you dirty thieves! Wah! Oh, it's just a boy. Don't know where he's from, but it must be hard to pronounce. You know, you should never sneak up on a guy in a dangerous place like... No! What's wrong with your foot? Probably stepped on a spiniferous thornweed. Don't worry, I got just the fix for that. Tell me, is it more of a... Ow! Or a... Oh! Either way, the Merchant of Miracles has got you covered. But it'll cost you. I've risked my neck to forage the most rare, miraculous, mysterious, and oftentimes delicious ingredients. Huh, here it is. I massage this into my skin twice a day, and just look at my little biscuits. Well, now that I've mulled it over, you'd better not. It might stunt your growth. Ooh, such exquisite material. Hey. I knew you weren't from around here. Well, you best get going. Nobody likes a late night. Oh, wait, you're stuck here with me. Every bridge in is out, and my shortcut had a few shortcomings. I swear that rock leaped straight out of the water. Now I'm stuck here with no wheel, a lost toolbox, and Mr. Fancy Cakes. Say, I'll bet a fine, strapping young man like you could help me fix up this wheel. Yup, you help me fix my chariot, and I'll give you a lift to the tournament. Hopefully no one else notices your horrible lack of punctuality. Oh, how rude. Do you have any questions for me?
Could you repeat that?
Try to keep up, son. Bridges out, failed shortcut, flying rock, wheel broke, be a strapping lad, get tools, fix wagon, get a lift to the tournament.
Okay, ich habe eher erwartet, dass er alles nochmal genau in der gleichen Form erzählt, aber macht er zum Glück nicht.
Just a little oop here, a little elbow grease there, and there, nabs it.
Perhaps there was a wheel on the other side of that river. Too bad I couldn't swim.
How did you get across that river?
Oh, can I pet your goats?
Stay away from my majestic unicorns. Find me a wheel, boy. Anything big and round should do the trick.
The wheel was very broken. I would have to find another solution.
Die Hasen.
I
Das ist echt so geil.
wonder what those birds needed a toolbox for. Shame. The only tool left seemed to be a small hatchet. And no, Gwendolyn, before you start asking me thousands of questions about that hatchet, I did not go around using it on everything. There was no reason to chop down that perfectly good tree.
just move this over to the left, right there a little more, and bargain stopper!
Seems like a waste of money.
That missing wheel had me stumped. I had to go out on a limb to get past the root of the problem.
Ugh. Grandpa, your infamous puns are not my favorite.
What's the matter? You don't like the timbre of my voice? You'll warm up to the puns.
These are terrible.
Here, kitty, kitty. Not a kitty, not a kitty!
Da kann ich mich noch erinnern.
No wheels in there. An overgrown patch of spiniferous thorn weeds obstructed a path to the water well.
The well with the ginormous dragon in it?
Perhaps. The town square was eerily quiet. Was I the only person in Daventry not at the parade?
Tja, da habe ich gleich angenommen, dass die Tür nicht offen ist. Oh.
A bakery, and it smelled delicious. The delectable goods looked tasty, but I couldn't compete in this tournament with a full stomach. Ah, I didn't see any reason why that stale bread wouldn't work for a wheel.
Tolle Musik da drin.
I stumbled upon some kind of curiosity shop. Nothing seemed to be brewing yet. I didn't need to borrow more than one wheel. I could barely make out the names of these potions. While I was up for adventure, I didn't think randomly drinking potions was a good plan.
Also es scheint auf jeden Fall sehr viele Möglichkeiten zu geben insgesamt.
Hello, could I squeeze by you gents?
No, we are here to guard the town entrance and keep out any riffraff whilst everyone is watching the parade. If we were to leave, rapscallions would run amok in the empty shops.
Back away, boy. We're on the lookout for intruders.
like a blacksmith shop of sorts.
Gut, da hinten wäre auch nochmal ein Wheel gewesen. Ich glaube, es kommt nur drauf an, woher wir das Wheel nehmen. Aber ich finde, ein großes Brot passt wunderbar als Rad. Wo geht's hier hin? Na, wo geht's hier hin? Hier kommen wir her. Ah, es gibt nur einen Ausgang. Okay. Ich dachte vorher irgendwie, es gibt noch einen zweiten Ausgang.
A shortcut.
Do I really have to hear the story about how you took forever to tiptoe across that fallen tree again?
No, I guess not.
You still haven't found that replacement wheel? Hey, I'm not the one that's late for that tournament, you know.
I thought this might do the trick.
Lovely choice, boy. And thank the Yarblesnoofs, this bread is beyond stale. Hopefully it didn't pay too much. You have a face that just screams overcharged. I've got just the fix for that, too. But we have important tournament business to tend to, and I think this'll do the trick. Ooh, I'll just need to start locking my unicorns up at night. Mr. Fancy Cakes has a nibbling problem. All right, off we go. Oh, wait, before my mind slips, I was able to procure an entrance ticket to the tournament. Since you so graciously found me a wheel, I am more than willing to sell it to you at a reasonably discounted rate. Are you interested?
No thanks. Not really interested.
Are you sure? They'll charge you double at the tournament. They're not as trustworthy as I am.
The price still seems really high to me.
Okay, you're twisting my turban here. I didn't pay you for such a deal, Deliberator. Final offer, half off the previously discounted rate. Come on, treat yourself, boy.
Well, what is the actual price?
Well, what do you know? It costs exactly that much. Thank you. Fortuitous fate meeting you, my boy. Here you are. Now, let's Vamanusi from this Meadowland, Mr. Fancy Cakes. It is go time.
Echt, du kennst das Spiel, Molle? Das Original?
Mr. Fancy Cakes! Ah, heel! Halt! Avast! Stop! We sincerely hope you enjoyed your stay in our luxury cabin. Please gather your belongings and watch your head on exit.
Thanks for the hospitality.
No time to lounge, my boy! Lucky for you, the parade is halted. Another case of a mysterious missing bridge, I imagine. Watch your step! We wouldn't want any tears in that illustrious cape! Bon voyage, Buttercup! Don't forget about us working folk, especially when your pockets are full of riches.
Back away, back away. This area is unsafe for commoners.
Would an entrance ticket prove my worth?
Sorry, but the collection of entrance tickets will take place inside the theater.
Hello. Apologies, I'm late. I should be on the list. First name Graham, last name...
The list, unfortunately, is inside the theater, which is across that bridge, which is inexplicably missing.
We've ordered a temporary fix, but we're still sorting out the work order.
Well, with all the recent budget issues, I remain skeptical about the repairs.
Well, can't those knights check the list?
Do you mean Kyle and Larry? They're off duty. Don't ask.
You needn't worry. These night hopefuls will figure out a solution soon, and then we can carry on with the auditions.
Well, but I am a hopeful knight. If you just step aside, I'm confident that I could find a way across.
Daventry Decree 6645 states that a royal guard, once commanded, must never, under no circumstances, abandon his post while on duty.
Well, technically, Addendum 237A allows us to leave if someone is in distress and in need of assistance, of a life or death nature.
I stand corrected, and we wouldn't want a repeat of the Rubenstern fiasco. A tardy auditionee, however, hardly counts for distress. Sorry, but we can't leave our post. King's orders.
Stay off those rocks. It's dangerous. Distress! Abandon post!
Learn how to swim, boy.
Thanks for saving me.
You're welcome, lad.
He was talking to me.
I believe...
And then you chop down the tree full of angry bees?
Enough, Gwendolyn.
The forest is blocked until this situation is under control. Stay back. Very important protection duties in process.
Wollen wir das nochmal wiederholen?
It's dangerous. Distress! Abandon post!
Learn how to swim, boy.
Thanks for saving me.
You're welcome, lad.
He was talking to me.
I believe he was talking to me.
Nope, me.
Wouldn't be the first...
And then you chop down the tree full of angry bees?
Enough, Gwendolyn.
This tired argument is getting on my nerves.
No need to argue about the fact that I am...
Huh?
Uh-oh. Oh. Not good.
Mind if I join your semicircle?
Let us big kids figure this one out.
Shh. Your hero is thinking.
Another horn and another missing piece.
Well, I know the answer, but I want to see how all of you will solve it.
Over here, buddy.
Well, he was quite the jerk. Am I right?
Uprooting a tree. How heroic. Anyone mind if I take 5?
Careful. If you fall in, who will save you?
I wasn't going to toot that horn anymore until I found the missing piece.
Give me a second. I have the perfect plan.
This looks like a problem for my assistant.
Ist es dann King's Quest 1 tatsächlich das Remake davon?
Pardon me. All right.
The tree was too heavy to move. I would need to chop it down to size.
Ja, die Musik hier ist klasse und der Sound. Und die Sprecher sind auch super.
I had caused enough distress for one afternoon.
You can't ignore me forever.
I don't mean to be rude, but I'm deep in thought.
The forest is blocked until this situation is under control.
That didn't seem like a good idea.
Seems like a waste of money.
Huh. I could lasso this log. And then... Well, it was fun while it lasted.
I left the hatchet lodged in the tree because I would not need it any more.
Are you sure?
Quite sure. Everyone always asks about that hatchet. It gets a tad annoying.
Oh.
Super. Ah, es ist perfekt.
Hang on a sec. Graham, right?
Yes. How did you know my name?
Well, you'd be surprised at the information people give out when they're too busy thinking about their own agenda. I also observed that without you, no one could have made it across. Well done, Graham.
Thanks, I guess.
They'll never acknowledge it, you know. Those who use their minds over their biceps are never woven into the tapestries of time. I can tell you're like me, a creative thinker, an intellectual. To win this competition, you'll need to prove that your talents are more powerful than their strength, agility, and speed. You'll also need a friend.
I could really use a friend.
They call me Manny. Pleased to meet you.
So, friend, what's your favorite color? Do you like popcorn-flavored jelly beans? Because I do. What's your availability for sleepovers? Are we in a secret club?
Green. I prefer pizza-flavored. I'm free on Wednesdays and Saturdays, and I would say more of a secret alliance.
Alliance?
This competition will not be easy, and Daventry needs men like us. If we put our heads together, we might have a shot.
What's the plan?
If you win, put a good word in for me with the king. And if I win, I'll do the same. Soon, we'll both be moving up the ranks in the castle together. We should head inside the theater, though. Let me know how I can help.
Morgen streame ich um 12 Uhr.
Another horn and another missing piece.
Graham, to the front of the stage, please. Now that we have recovered our list, it is my duty to inform you that you are officially signed in. Yay. And I do want to apologize. I am very, very terribly sorry, but we've run out of commemorative tote bags.
That's not a problem. I have no use for tote bags. My mother designed my cape with lots of pockets. Is the next event about to start?
Not so fast, Pocket Boy. The tournament bylaws explicitly state that each contestant must complete every event before continuing on in the competition. Since you were late, you missed the test of chivalry and the welcoming parade. Both designed as light-hearted warm-ups and getting-to-know-you type exercises. You know, an icebreaker, before we start in on the usual death, destruction, and duels of a cutthroat nature.
Don't forget about Amendment 70, Article 4.
I was getting to that, thank you. In the spirit of equal opportunity, the new rules state that you can schedule a make-up chivalry test if and only if the circumstances for your absence were extenuating. So, I will ask, what were your extenuating circumstances that made you late for the tournament?
I never heard the date was switched.
I'll just pencil in hard of hearing. Now, go on, mingle with the other contestants. Find out as much as you can about them, and when you're ready for the chivalry test, come and see me.
Edges of my fingertips when it clasped shut. My arm was pinched between the treasure and its casing. I couldn't stay. If I did, I'd lose circulation and my limb would be lost. If I tried to remove my arm, it would be sliced from wrist to elbow. I didn't have much time. Then, a sharp snort erupted through the shadows. It heard me. There were no options. If that treasure was to be mine, I had to sacrifice my arm for the good of the rest of me. I flung my pinched arm downward as hard as I could. The treasure shook inside, but my arm remained. Footsteps. No time to run, no time to think, only action! I jumped off the wall and fell into a deep pit. A crash. Treasure everywhere. A yawn behind me. It was awoken. I scrambled to grab each piece and hurtled one into the darkness. It called out in pain as I heard its body crash to the floor. Treasure in hand, I escaped and adventured onward.
Oh, how delightful. And you escaped with all the treasure?
Yes, I relished every last bit of that treasure. The flames danced right before my eyes. I couldn't go anywhere. They had me surrounded. I watched the flames grow, each ember reaching closer to my face.
Die Animation ist der Hammer zum Text.
There was a way out. I blew as hard as I could, countering that incendiary torture device and extinguishing each and every flame. The horde inched toward me, their cult-like call ringing through my ears. I leapt up and kicked one square in the throat, silencing his off-pitched blathering. The others, shocked by this sight, silenced themselves and bowed down to the hero you see standing in front of you.
What a happy adventure.
It seems I tell this legend every year.
Oh, how can I be you?
There was no looking past him. Every corner of my periphery, he was there, awaiting to be acknowledged, stalwartly mocking me.
Super.
Hey, thanks for knocking that log over out there. Really, it gave me the opportunity to go on a lovely cruise.
Those nights were annoying me, and I wanted some alone time. Leave me be, little fly. You don't want to wake the bull.
Look, I don't want to be in this conversation any more than you do, but I missed the chivalry test, and I need to make it up. The faster we get this over with, the faster I can leave you alone.
Well, make it quick. Then buzz off.
I'm Graham.
No last names. I don't even want your first name.
And your name?
I'm known throughout the land as Circumference, but I am currently in the process of rebranding myself, starting with my name. You should call me Acorn.
What was that you were hiding in your paws?
Well, none of your business, Feather Boy.
Seriously, what are you hiding? Is it a snack?
Leave it alone, String Bean.
What was your name again, Sir Fatso?
It's Acorn. Get it right or pay the price.
I'll leave you be.
Go away.
I could feel the...
Hey there, I'm Graham.
Charmed, I'm sure.
And your name?
What?
Well, I didn't catch your name.
What? Is this true? Surely you jest, Greg. What rock did you crawl out from? How do you not recognize this well-proportioned face?
Well, it's not Greg, it's Graham. And, of course, I know who you are. You're... that jerk who pushed me into the river.
Oh, yes, that silly feather does look familiar. Look at it. Like a limp piece of cheese. What you need, Gale, is an upgrade. Like my mane of excellence.
Hey, my mother gave me that feather. I might be silly, but you're... Sir Ten of himself.
Cheeky. But now you're starting to bother me, Grant.
Well, I couldn't help it. No, but seriously, you're... every woman's dream?
Well, you got that right. The ladies love. Yeah. Who? Who do they love, Gabe?
It's not Gabe, it's... oh, never mind. Yes, your name... you're... going to have to wait 1 second. I'll be right back.
I'll be waiting right here, Garrett. Yes? Have you remembered my name?
Going to have to wait 1 second. I'll be right back.
I'll be waiting right here, Garrett. Earth's the treasure.
Key.
Hello, my name's Graham. Nice to meet you.
Chaka.
So, what type of arrows do you fly with?
Chaka.
Nice, nice. I prefer the hand-whittled sapling arrows myself. So, where do you hail from?
Chaka.
I see. Sounds exotic. Want to partner up? Show Daventry the power of dueling archers? What do you say?
Chaka.
Yeah, you're right. You'd probably just slow me down. Good chat. I'm gonna get back to the chivalry test.
Oh, hey, Graham. We were just sharing some tips about the tournament. Let me know if you want the rundown about any of our competitors.
What can you tell me about Sir Ten of himself?
That's so inconsiderate. Although clever, these silly puns are not very becoming to a gentleman like yourself. Go meet everyone, then come talk to me. I've got a few tips to share.
What can you tell me about Achaka?
I'm studying his every move. He should make any opponent quiver. Ugh, you got me doing it now. He's fast, strong, and vicious with his bow. I'm trying to convince him to join our alliance, but the translation isn't quite working.
What can you tell me about Acorn?
I can tell you not to mess with those bull horns in any strength competition. I shouldn't be telling you this, but I heard a rumor that the man keeps a pet squirrel under his belly. What kind of a weirdo does that? Imagine what else he's hiding under there. Neither of us is going to be able to match his strength. If we're going to oust him, we'll need to work together and expose his secrets.
What can you tell me about Sir Ten?
Wir kriegen keine Tipps
That's
von
so
ihm.
inconsiderate. Although clever, these silly puns are not very becoming to a gentleman like yourself. Go meet everyone, then come talk to me. I've got a few tips to share.
I'm good. Thanks, Manny.
Goodbye!
Are you ready for the chivalry test?
Now, give me a little more time to mingle.
What do you want?
I, heard what you're hiding.
No, you didn't, Skinny Pants.
I did. I heard a rumor that a tiny squirrel pet lives under your belly.
What? Who told you that? I bet it was Whisper. He's the worst. His ego is the one thing I can't stomach. And she's not my pet. She's my friend.
Does your squirrel friend have a name?
I wish Whisper would keep his big mouth shut. Her name is Princess Madeline of Avalon. She's a proper lady.
What else is hidden in that belly?
The bones of a feather boy if you don't leave me alone.
I think you're hiding something else in there, but I'm not sure I want to find out. I'll leave you be.
You need to get lost.
Itself. Yes. Have you remembered my name?
Whisper.
Correct. Well, Whisper's full name is Sir Walter Harris Ignatius Sally Percival Eduardo Ramon Jr. the Third, hailing from Modesto. But I'm sure a fan like you knew that. Would you like an autograph?
I don't seem to have any portraits on me.
Well, if you find one, I'll sign it, free of charge. Whisper loves his fans. Whisper loves the knighthood. Whisper loves thwarting evil. But most of all, Whisper loves Whisper.
As do we all. I should be getting back to my chivalry test now.
Don't go! Whisper can do it!
That's a nice thought, but I'm pretty sure those guards would never confuse you for me. I mean, your armor is pretty recognizable.
Whisper's armor is shiny because Whisper loves his own reflection.
Yeah, I get it. Good day, Whisper.
Yes, Graham? You want some dirt on someone?
What can you tell me about Whisper?
Whisper? Huh, his feet might fly by without a sound, but his mouth never will. Shining star in his hometown, he hopes to rebuild his fan base in Daventry. I've heard he'll do anything for the spotlight and can never be outshined. People that arrogant are usually primed for a fall. Don't you think so?
I'm good. Thanks, Manny.
Goodbye!
Chaka.
Want to partner up? Show Daventry the power of dueling archers? What do you say?
Chaka.
Yeah, you're right. You'd probably just slow me down. Good chat. I'm gonna get back to the chivalry test.
Are you ready for the chivalry test?
Let's do it.
Question 1. Who is the only knight competing in the tournament that speaks multiple languages?
Chaka.
All right, next question. This knight hopeful hails from a land far outside of Daventry. Based on the odds, he is favored to win the competition.
Manny.
Okay, moving on. What is the full name of the fastest contestant in the competition?
Sir Walter Harris Ignatius Sally Percival Eduardo Ramon Jr. the Third of Modesto. I'm sure of it.
I see. Last question. Who or what is the favorite companion of the strongest competitor?
Princess Madeline of Avalon. She sounds quite charming.
Okay, let's see here. Tallying. It looks like you got 2 answers correct.
Oh.
Why don't you go and mingle? Gather some more fun facts about your fellow competitors. Return to me when you're ready to take the test again.
Yes, Graham? You want some dirt on someone?
What can you tell me about Chaka?
I'm studying his every move. He should make any opponent quiver. Ugh, you got me doing it now. He's fast, strong, and vicious with his bow. I'm trying to convince him to join our alliance, but the translation isn't quite working.
What can you tell me about Acorn?
I can tell you not to mess with those bull horns in any strength competition. I shouldn't be telling you this, but I heard a rumor that the man keeps a pet squirrel under his belly. What kind of a weirdo does that? Imagine what else he's hiding under there. Neither of us is going to be able to match his strength. If we're going to oust him, we'll need to work together and expose his secrets.
What can you tell me about
Whisper?
Whisper? Huh, his feet might fly by without a sound, but his mouth never will. A shining star in his hometown, he hopes to rebuild his fan base in Daventry. I've heard he'll do anything for the spotlight and can never be outshined. People that arrogant are usually primed for a fall. Don't you think so?
I'm good. Thanks, Manny.
Goodbye!
The ivory monster itself. Did you hear the crowds? They all cheer for me. They love me. It's a pleasure to see you, Jeffrey. Sit a while and hear my legends. If you have something to say, please say it quickly.
Do you have any advice on the tournament?
Yeah, be like me, but opposite. You lose. Whisper wins. It's a great alliance. Oh, Grace, have you met Royal Guard number 1 and 2? You might not believe it, but I woke up like this. Last night, I feasted on a cheetah with a great au jus sauce. Whisper loves fast food. Let me guess. I've been running through your mind all day. Hey, you! You look like the only thing you run is a bath. And not very often at that. Seriously, do you even run, Job? You might not believe it, but I just will myself into shape. With those scrawny legs, the only thing you're gonna catch is a cold. Never whisper. Gaston, what do you want?
It's Graham. You look more like a Gaston than I do. Never mind.
Did you hear the crowds? They all cheer for me. They love me. It's a pleasure to see you, Jeffrey. Sit a while and hear my legends. If you have something to say, please say it quickly.
Sind wir einmal
Do you
durch?
have any advice on the tournament?
Yeah, be like me, but opposite. You lose. Whisper wins. It's a great alliance.
Probieren wir es einfach nochmal.
Are you ready for the chivalry test?
Let's do it.
Question 1. Who is the only knight competing in the tournament that speaks multiple languages?
Dann wird es wahrscheinlich Manny sein, denke ich.
Manny. We're friends, you know. We have kind of an alliance. Next question.
All right, next question. This knight hopeful hails from a land far outside of Daventry. Based on the odds, he is favored to win the competition.
Das ist dann Whisper, nehme ich an.
Whisper.
Okay, moving on. What is the full name of the fastest contestant in the competition?
Okay, dann war das schon mal falsch.
A chaka.
I see. Last question. Who or what is the favorite companion of the strongest competitor?
Princess Madeline of Avalon. She sounds quite charming.
Okay, let's see here. Tallying. It looks like you got 2 answers correct. Why don't you go and mingle? Gather some more fun facts about your fellow competitors. Return to me when you're ready to take the test again. Are you ready for the chivalry test?
Ist das so, dass nicht alles rauskommt und wir hier raten müssen? Oder kriegen wir überall die Hinweise?
Question 1. Who is the only knight competing in the tournament that speaks multiple languages?
Manny. We're friends, you know. We have kind of an alliance. Next question.
All right, next question. This knight hopeful hails from a land far outside of Daventry. Based on the odds, he is favored to win the competition.
Dann ist es Achaka.
Achaka.
Okay, moving on. What is the full name of the fastest contestant in the competition?
Dann ist es Whisper.
Sir Walter Harris Ignatius Sally Percival Eduardo Ramon Jr. III of Modesto. I'm sure of it.
I see. Last question. Who or what is the favorite companion of the strongest competitor?
Princess Madeline of Avalon. She sounds quite charming.
Okay, let's see here. Tallying. It looks like you got all the answers correct. Great job,
Yes.
Pockets. Now, we shouldn't keep your new friends waiting, should we? Let's start the show.
Welcome, everybody. You are all here to win a knight position on King Edward's court. But that's not all. As you all know, tragically, the king has no heirs. So, this position could very well lead to the crown of Daventry itself. Now, let's officially commence the competition part of the tournament. I do hope you've all made friends, because it's about to get nasty. The time has come to collect your entrance tickets.
Over here! Over here, I got mine right here!
I'm sorry, I really am, but that is not an entrance ticket. In fact, from up here, it looks like a sweaty piece of cloth. Oh, probably just a snot rag. Each knight hopeful will need to bring back to the theatre, dum-dum-dum-dum, one eye of a hideous beast. And, due to Proclamation 1748.2, it will actually need to be a hideous beast. Not like last year. No adorably cute, fuzzy, or tiny creature eyes will be accepted. Thank you.
Nothing to see here.
There are many hideous eyes to find in Daventry. We urge you to take this opportunity to show us your skills. We want to know what's in your heart, how you think, and how you react in the face of danger. You might not believe all that can be interpreted from one eye, but we will still judge you all the same. Now, everyone, go forth and claim thine eyes.
Whisper!
Ooh.
Whisper can do it.
Watch your step, kid.
Oh, thanks.
I know it ain't fancy, but it'll have to work for now. Amaya Blackstone, nice to meet you.
Graham, the pleasure's mine. It's nice to see all these bridges are getting fixed.
All these bridges? No, kid. This contract is over. Daventry can't afford me anymore. They can't even afford oil for the crumbler over there. My own invention, of course.
Oh, what does a crumbler do?
It lifts, it chops, it crumbles. Most importantly, it brings in the monies, which are desperately needed. Been kind of rough around here lately.
It seems that way. Daventry's been an interesting experience so far. Different from what I read in my travel books. Honestly, I'm starting to wonder if it's for me.
Don't worry, kid. It's not you. This kingdom's been going downhill ever since the Queen died. And now, with the bridges out, no one can get into Daventry. It's really quiet. I hate the silence. I'm a woman of action, if you couldn't tell. Quiet towns don't pay the bills.
I can see that.
Well, I should get going. Perhaps someone's wandered into my shop. If you make it there, come say hi. I'm on the left.
So. Speichert er automatisch immer? Ich glaube, ne? Keyboard distress.
Caution, bees and distress.
So, how did you find an eye?
Was a hideous beast lurking inside.
Ouch! Rude!
So, ich denke, an der Stelle mache ich dann so langsam Schluss, weil scheint jetzt ja ein neues Chapter aufzugehen. Ihr wolltet noch weiterschauen?
I have the most secure job in Daventry. King Edward loves these berries, and I own my own fruit picker.
Ihr könnt euch auf jeden Fall mal überlegen, welche Spiele euch am besten gefallen haben, von allen. Ich würde für heute Schluss machen, aber wir können das gerne ein andermal fortsetzen. Also, wenn euch das so Spaß macht, das anzugucken, dann gucke ich, dass ich nochmal irgendwann in den zwischen den Jahren nochmal ja, nochmal weiterspiele, genauso wie Visage. Doch, natürlich erlaubt es Ayana.
Pick the farfan berries and place them in the basket.
Auf jeden Fall, was ich am sagen war, ist, ihr könnt auf jeden Fall euch mal überlegen, welche Spiele euch am besten gefallen haben bisher. Welche, von welchen ihr eine Fortsetzung sehen wollt. Was ich weitermachen soll. Was ist mit Car?
We need to hurry this up. I'm missing another family dinner.
Ich verstehe es nicht ganz. Und deshalb sage ich absichtlich, welche Spiele ihr am besten fandet. Ich weiß auf jeden Fall, welche Spiele ich am schwächsten fand. Sowas wie eine Top 3, genau. Es war an Tag 2. Ja, das Gambare Super Strikers fand ich nicht so gut. Und ich muss aber sagen, ich glaube, das Spiel, das ich danach am wenigsten interessant fand, war Another Side. Und dann kommt, glaube ich, Cannon Brawl. Also wenn ich jetzt sagen müsste, von den ganzen 23, die wir bisher gespielt haben, einer kommt ja noch morgen um 12 Uhr. Also nochmal morgen um 12 Uhr. Ich werde nachher noch einen Termin reinsetzen. Und King's Quest war übrigens der Titel, den ich schon mal angefangen hatte. Oder wo ich schon mal die Demo gespielt habe. Und jetzt nochmal weitergespielt habe. Cannon Brawl war das erste Spiel, genau. Das war dieses Worms-artige mit den Luftschiffen. Ja, das wäre für mich das drittletzte gewesen.
King Edward loves these berries, and I own my own fruit picker. We need to hurry this up. I'm missing another family dinner.
Ich meine, also die Top 1 für mich ist, glaube ich, relativ klar. Relativ eindeutig, da habe ich zu stark davon geschwärmt.
Pickety, pick.
Morgen Abend streame ich auf jeden Fall nicht. Nee, Visage war es nicht. Also ich streame morgen um 12 Uhr mittags und es wird wieder natürlich verfügbar sein danach. Genau, Catherine war mein Top 1. Aber das ist fast unfair im Angesicht der anderen Titel. Weil es ist halt ein AAA-Titel und da haben die anderen nicht so viel Chancen. Aber dann wird es auch dann langsam schwierig, was ich am besten fand. Nach Catherine. Also Catherine habe ich gestern noch an diesem Arcade-Spiel weitergespielt, bis Level 19. Und die werden bockschwer. Die werden echt schwer. Ja, fand ich auch super. Also Full Throttle fand ich auch sehr lustig, auch sehr interessant. Ich fand auch The Witcher and the Hundred Knights super. Das ist mir in sehr guter Erinnerung geblieben. Dann Visage fand ich natürlich auch gut. Oder Fresse, wie wir im Pod hier sagen.
I have the most secure job in Daventry. King Edward loves these berries, and I own my own fruit picker.
Dann das Claire fand ich ziemlich interessant. Das würde ich auf jeden Fall noch weiterspielen. Genauso wie The Count Lucanor fand ich auch gut. Und My Big Sister. Die sind alle drei relativ dicht beieinander. Ach so, ja, hier, Escape Plan, das fand ich auch witzig, ja. Was haben wir denn noch?
Pick the far-fun berries and place them in the basket.
Also, The Last Remnant kann man, glaube ich, noch nicht entscheiden, ob es wirklich ein gutes Spiel ist oder nicht. Das muss man 4 Stunden spielen. Das ist leider so bei den JRPGs. Da braucht man erst, ich meine, so ein 100-Stunden-Rollenspiel, da sind 4 Stunden nicht viel Zeit, prozentual gesehen. Und da denke ich halt, es ist eigentlich schon. Kann man hier eigentlich eine Pause reinmachen? Ja. Weil das schmeißt mich immer wieder raus. Oder ich kann hier einfach mal ein bisschen absetzen. Ja, bei dem JRPG ist es halt einfach schwierig, nach 1 bis 2 Stunden zu sagen, wie ein Spiel wirklich ist. Ich hatte einen ganz guten Eindruck, also ich glaube schon, dass es was taugt, dass es gut ist. Einen schlechten Eindruck hatte ich jetzt erstmal nicht. Es war ein bisschen halt. Wann kam es raus? 2012 oder sowas? Oder 2000? Oh, nee, viel früher, 2000. Ich weiß nicht mehr genau. Also irgendwie 2005, 2006 muss es ja dann gewesen sein. Das war ja für die Xbox damals. Ist ja ein ganz altes Spiel eigentlich. Und dafür sieht es eigentlich schon ganz ordentlich aus. Und The Last Remnant war halt früher auch mal ein AAA-Titel. Also. Ja, genau. Frohe Weihnachten und für die morgen nicht mehr dabei sein können. Im Stream werde ich es wahrscheinlich dann auch nochmal wünschen. Und wie gesagt, also falls es interessiert, es gibt natürlich auch noch nachträglich dann auch noch einen Stream von mir. Und überlegt euch mal eure Top 3 für morgen oder mal gucken, vielleicht am 1. oder 2. Weihnachtsfeiertag. werde ich vielleicht auch nochmal irgendwas aufsetzen. Ich melde mich dann vielleicht gerade bei euch dann sowieso nochmal persönlich und gebe euch dann Bescheid. Gut, dann in diesem Sinne, und ich wünsche auch deinem Sohn Molle ganz, ganz, ganz gute Besserung. Und dann würde ich sagen, euch noch einen schönen Abend als Vorbereitung für den Heiligabend. Und ja, dann würde ich sagen, bis morgen, Türchen Nummer 24. Bin gespannt, was noch übrig bleibt. Dankeschön, bis dann. Ciao, ciao.